yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now, 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Panthers going up against the Falcons.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Let's go.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. And they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Let's go. Blue 58.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second down following the run.
Let's go.
And he motions the wide receiver. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Let's go. 58.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed. Because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Let's go. 3-2.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. On play action, they'll throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3 and out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. That it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go! Blue 58!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Let's go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Let's go! Blue 58!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3-2, let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Throwing right, and that's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And that, not a sight you want to see. Leonard Fournette, very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On second down, Kamara. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Control.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
What's left? Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
3-2! Let's go! 58!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Let's go!
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
3-2! Let's go! 58!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's go! 58!
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Duke Riley in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Carolina getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And onto the field here come the Panthers. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. Hold that thought, Mr. Ridley. We've got a trip to the title game on the line. Folks are eager to get right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught at the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. And we have to give credit to him for buying time and
he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there, punching it in from a yard away. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go! Blue 58!
Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Detroit! Watch twins! Now let's go! Watch it now, over!
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Now let's go! Detroit!
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Boy, a real head head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll go with a keeper. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And they give this time to the tailback. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be a brick.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Throwing left side, it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They get 10 more there, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, And he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll look to throw here. Going up top. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette, finding some room at midfield. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Going right side here, and that's complete. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. They're going to look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Going to throw right side here, complete. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. He'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out come the Falcons now. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
That good for 19 and a first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go.
And now here's a carry heading left. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right, now look at 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Room here to run. Derrick Henry all alone. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And he's able to put it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Good.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him.
But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Now let's go. Leopard. Watch him now, Barney. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.